Woo! Yay!
We're live now?
We are live now.
Hey, hey, Avengers!
Hey, hey! Hey, that works.
Yeah,
How about
works,
that?
That works great.
Woo!
We had to switch our systems.
We're ready. Yay! I'm glad. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Only now I can't see the comments.
Hey, Mrs. Reb W. Oh, yeah, you need your glasses. Yeah, put on your glasses.
There we
so
go.
You can see the comment, because that's the whole point. We gotta talk to everyone. Now, is the volume being pressed? No, it shouldn't be. Okay.
Hey,
I don't know
hey.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Howdy, howdy.
We're gonna be talking Endgame. Ugh.
So, has everyone here seen it just once? Hey, hey, Joey. All right, let us know if you've just seen it once. I've seen it once.
Yep, me too.
Oh,
I'm all ready.
Bryce is here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay.
What's this about?
This is about. Go away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, cool.
We're going to be talking about everything.
Yeah.
After we saw the Endgame a couple days ago, we thought, all right, we got to break this down.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get a group session going because whew, we need a big group hug. We need to talk this out.
Yeah, definitely.
The whole family's watching. Hey, hey, family.
Hi.
Get some helpers back right over here to set the mood.
Yeah.
There's Thor's helmet. Cappy's shield.
Woo.
And Iron Man.
Okay, so one thing.
And
Cappy's helmet. Right away, I'm gonna just come out and say something.
Hey, Mike.
And if you guys have some comments on the movie, please share. But so one of the things I felt about this film.
You know what? It sounds like people were didn't know what was going on. So once again, we're talking about Endgame, Avengers Endgame, and we will be very spoilery here.
Yes.
So if you have not seen it and don't want it spoiled,
go away.
Go watch some cat videos.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought it was interesting. The Russo brothers have directed Winter Soldier and Civil War. So
and Arrested Development.
The Captain America films, Arrested Development.
Hey, Justin.
And they've also directed, I believe, the Avengers. I don't think Avengers Age of Ultron.
That was Joss Whedon.
Okay, that was Josh. Okay, but regardless, I really felt like...
Hold on. Olin just said something about Captain America not being worthy. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Oh!
Yes. Hang on to that comment.
Okay.
We're going to come around to that.
Richard... Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the sticking points here.
All right, now. But let me say, so the Russo brothers, so I really felt like that this Endgame, it wrapped up so many people's stories, but especially Captain America's, and I think his is my favorite journey and story, and the fact that it was a love story all along. Oh, I loved it. I loved how he got his dance with Peggy, and that was like my favorite part.
Yeah, something that was set up in 2012 was it? Finally gets paid off. Yeah. 7 years later.
That was amazing. Oh, I loved that. Yeah. So I felt the Russo brothers really, really wanted Captain America to have this big trajectory. Yeah.
I think that was planned way back when they were writing that scene. And I think the whole story arc was all planned out. And it makes sense that it was all planned out because every film, you walk out of the MCU and you go, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that could happen. I can see how everything's connecting. And never, ever did I ever feel like, wait a minute, didn't this happen and then that happened? And wait a minute, didn't they see this scene? And I guess we got to just turn our heads off for this part over here. And now they got to retcon that. That never happened.
No. Except, the whole time travel stuff did raise a lot of questions. Okay. Endgame MCU's equivalent to an old school Marvel Comics annual.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
That's where they have a whole big giant story arc.
Okay, Justice Smith. Why did Captain America age? Wasn't the serum injected into him prevented him from aging like Bucky Barnes? Okay, so Justin, that's a good question. I think that because Captain America had lived until he was actually, in his...
It was over 100.
30s, 40s. Right. He was over 100. Well, he was a capsicle for part of that, so I don't know if he ages during that. I don't think he does, right?
No, that was the whole point. That's why he came back so young.
Right. So he came back young, and then he lived this life up to 2018, when the snap happened.
Right. He frozen for 70 years.
Right. And then he goes back to the 1940s, and then now it's how many years later, and he's actually lived all those years. I think that's why he looks old, because eventually the aging catches up. That's my theory.
Yeah, this is why I don't like time travel. I'll go ahead and say I hate time travel.
But you still love this film, right?
I love the film, and it works for like something like Back to the Future or Hot Tub Time Machine.
Okay.
Because you don't take it seriously.
Yeah, he ages slower. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
But for something like this, it's just like, wait a minute now, which version are we seeing here? Or is this Gamora, that Gamora, this Gamora? Which Nebula are we looking at here? Which Captain America are we looking at here? It creates way too many timelines and way too many verses.
Which Captain America's ass are we looking at here?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question I've had since the first Captain America, the first Avenger.
Yeah. Oh,
so
awesome.
that's just my thing. When they got into the fact that it was gonna be time travel, I kind of did one of those. No.
But
just because it just gets so convoluted, and this film right now, as expertly as it was done, they took care of it in a great way, because you're looking at 35 different characters and going, this one has got this emotional arc, this one has got this character arc, this one here has got the superhero arc. We're trying to keep all these plates spinning. Then you throw in something like a huge platter, which is time travel, and everything just crashes down.
But I think they did a great job of keeping the plates in the air. Let's see. They're like fairy tales. Yeah, definitely like fairy tales.
Oh, very much so.
Oh yeah, and Olin says, yeah, what was it? What's her name? Nebula killed her earlier self, which should have gotten rid of her, right now self immediately. Yeah, probably. And then someone had a question in our Facebook group. Oh, Thor's hammer. Okay, so when he goes back to Thor the Dark World and meets his mom, and then he calls the hammer Mjolnir, well, doesn't that leaves him without a hammer back in that time? So
unless the hammer has got a whole different universe itself.
Oh.
So kind of like Captain America's shield, or even Iron Man's helmet, and Thor's Mjolnir. Maybe they all have different timelines as well.
Well, Bryce is saying alternate timeline, so it's like alternate timeline, so we're like discounting anything that happens.
Yeah, so it's a different verse.
Yeah, I think didn't they explain that at some point?
They did in Planet of the Apes. I don't know if they did it here, but everyone's got its own lane in the multiverse.
Okay. Captain took the hammer back with him. Oh, did he? Did Captain America take the hammer back with him? I didn't. Did
Captain America? Oh,
remember when he went to return the Infinity Stones? Yeah.
Yeah, we've only seen it once, so.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I can answer this question. Justin's asking, Gamora came back, so why couldn't Tony Stark or Black Widow? Okay, so Gamora actually did not come back. Future Gamora. Who came back was the older Gamora from 2014.
From the Guardians of the Galaxy timeline.
Yeah, from the Guardians of the Galaxy timeline. She actually was teleported into the future with what's his name?
Star-Lord.
Yeah. Well, no, Purple with Thanos. Didn't she come to stop Thanos?
Which verse are you talking about?
So anyway, it wasn't the Gamora that was taken by the Soul Stone, is my point. So once you're taken by the Soul Stone, Red Skull doesn't do returns. So that's why Gamora did not return, and also Black Widow did not return, because the Soul Stone took them.
What?
Gamora and Black Widow. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so they could have gone back. All right. She couldn't have returned, but in the end, they could have had some kind of a tribute for Black Widow.
Yes. That was like my one big gripe with the film. I mean, I thought it was incredible. There was so many awesome moments.
In the end, they had a big Avengers reunion to see off Tony Stark.
Right.
And his little funeral pyre that they sent into the lake
with his heart, or
the reactor core,
thank you, was floating in the lake, and it said something about him on it.
This is my time.
Oh, it worked. Yeah, and they could have kept the camera there and floated another little thing for Black Widow, and heck, even Vision, who didn't return either. So
or Quicksilver.
Oh,
there's another Avenger that they just kind of let go. And I'm surprised that Scarlet Witch didn't say, remember that guy who fought the Ultrons.
Yeah.
Can we give him a little love, please?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Justin, Gamora, the Galaxy 2014 Gamora, so she actually transported to the future, and so Gamora is back, but it's not the Gamora that was lost. It's very.
Are we all clear on this?
Yeah, right.
This is why I rolled my eyes when they started introducing time travel. Yeah. At that point, I just had to just accept what I was watching.
Yeah. All right. Well, how about some favorite moments? Did you have a favorite moment?
Oh, there's tons of favorite moments, but before we go there, I just want to ask the group, how did we feel about the whole 3 hours? 3 hour and 1 minute running time on this? Well,
yeah,
I don't know,
that's a good question.
For me, I thought it was way too long.
Really?
It never dragged, but I thought I felt my head going different places.
Huh.
Like not focusing on the plot, but just kind of wandering, because you need a break. With such a heavy film, you need a little bit of a mental break. Which is why I'll bring this up on a review show we'll record tomorrow, that Infinity War should have been a trilogy, and this should have been the second act of the trilogy, because you need that little mental break. It's in a very exhausting film. So either you cut the first hour, which is all them feeling remorse and trying to get their life back together again. We get it. Let's just cut that down to, instead of an hour, maybe 30 minutes. But if you want all that the character development within that time frame, then at least do a third film.
Okay. Well, everyone here doesn't agree with you, Richard. They're all saying
I'm not asking anyone to
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I was reading as you were talking, and I kind of feel like you guys, how I don't think it dragged. Like it did. There were some moments at the beginning that seemed to last a while. I think some of the character building moments, which you do need, they
there we go.
Cut down a little bit.
Who's this?
MCP.
Okay.
So
one person agrees with me.
Okay, that's okay. That's good.
And I'm not the only one.
Fine.
And I did read a lot of reviews that said it was a great film. However, if it had been shorter, you know what? So much the better.
Got first in the MCU, and I feel like before we watch the next MCU movie, we kind of rewatch a previous one, and I think that really helped us, because I had I don't know what it was, but I recalled all these moments from the films that they referenced in this one, and I just thought this movie kicked butt. And even Thor: The Dark World, we were listening to Kevin Smith's review of the film, where he basically goes and says whatever. He tells the whole plot, which is really good. I don't know how he remembers it all, but he said, man, we're gonna make you go back to Thor: The Dark World and watch that, even though you didn't like it. Because, that's my least favorite MCU film, but now I want to go back and watch it because they reference it so much in this one. Yeah. It's I don't remember his mom died, or how she died. I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But that was my biggest critique of it.
Okay.
For me personally, not speaking for anyone else, I would have thought it would have been much better being just 2.5 hours. 3 hours for a film this loaded was just a little bit too exhausting. Okay. Just because you're trying to keep track of everything.
Okay. I loved all the articles that came out telling you when to pee. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, but you don't want to miss anything.
No, you don't. You don't.
All right, there was some talk here about the whole woman scene. The woman power scene.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to this in 20 years. There's a sign of the times.
Well,
there's a stamp on 2019.
Absolutely, and that's actually how I felt watching it. I was like, wow, that's definitely speaking to
at me, you just laughed here we go again.
I know.
Here we go.
Well, I mean, it was cool, and I enjoyed seeing that, but yeah, it's definitely a timestamp on 2019. And then, Richard, we were rewatching the first Iron Man, where they have a scene before he becomes Iron Man, he's on a plane.
Yeah,
right? He's on his own jet.
He's got his stripper stewardesses.
Yeah, the stewardesses are dancing around with the t-shirts half off.
That's Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, that's his persona.
Yeah, someone was just asking, what scene was this? This is the end battle, where you have all these women.
Endgame?
jumping into frame,
yes,
including Pepper Potts.
Okay, so what happens was it Spider-Man who like is trying to get the gauntlet? They're playing the giant game of keep away. He's trying to get the gauntlet over to Ant-Man, who's gonna take it back into the time. Whatever he's gonna do, but basically he can't do it, and so Captain Marvel scoops it up, and he goes, "Oh, are you sure you can handle that by yourself?" And then the camera pans over, and it's Okoye, and she goes, "Oh, she's got help." And then the camera keeps panning, and it's all the women. Female superheroes.
But then again, seconds later, they needed help getting out of that situation.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where I thought, either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. All right, pick a side.
Spidey on a Pegasus. Oh, that's right. From Valkyrie?
From Valkyrie, yeah. Valkyrie. She had,
that was neat.
It was neat, but you see this big giant battle. There's a Pegasus flying around. It just looked out of place.
It's Valkyrie.
It is, but it just looked out of place.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I accepted it just because you're seeing so many crazy things. Okay. But let's see. Girl power seems cool. They did do it in Infinity War, definitely.
Yeah, they're gonna do it again and again and again.
Yeah. And okay, so let's talk about like, so a lot of our heroes now, this is like their final movie, and they really wrapped up these storylines. And one of my favorite moments was, I mean, Captain America is fighting Thanos. All our superheroes are fighting Thanos. And finally, Thanos just beats Captain America's shield. It's breaking. I was like cringing in the theater. I'm going, no. I think the people in front of us were going, what is wrong with that girl? Anyway, but and Captain America's all by himself, his half shield, and he's alone facing Thanos. And then all of a sudden, you hear his earpiece, and you hear Sam like
the Falcon.
Falcon, and he says, "On your left," and then all those portals open and all the previous superheroes that came back from the snap come in. And it took me 10 minutes to get this. I can't believe I didn't get it right away, but "on your left" was the line at the very beginning of Winter Soldier when Falcon is running around the lake in Washington, D.C., and Captain America keeps passing him, and every time he passes him, he goes, on your left. And then finally the last time Falcon's like, yeah, I know.
That's another one of those.
I love that.
It was a great moment. As soon as it said "on your left," I was like, yes! Now, and you see right behind Captain America, that's when the portal opens and they all come jumping out. I would have liked to have seen a cut to just them jumping out of the portals, getting that big revealing moment, jumping out of the portals. Instead of in the background, they're now jumping out to the audience.
Okay, because
right now,
see a 3D film?
Because right now you're seeing it right behind Captain America.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, what's this now? But I want to see the music swell up, and all of a sudden these portals just going pss, 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 and it's jumping up, and then you see all these characters like, oh, there's Spider-Man. So many characters jumping out of each portal, it becomes just a big mess of characters. So I would love to see each character get their own moment. We just lost them in the film beforehand, and it was very touching that Peter Parker went, and all these characters, Black Panther, we just had a connection with. But now they're just jumping out at once, so the characters don't really get a revealing moment. And that's one of my things for superhero movies. They must get a revealing moment.
Okay.
And that was set forth with the original Batman, the Batman from '89, Superman from 1978. They all had this one moment, the hero shot.
Well, if they had taken the time to do that for all how many superheroes were in this film?
But you could.
It would have been 3.5 hours.
I would have said, fine, fine. Let's go with that.
Okay.
We'll cut a little bit at the beginning, but we'll keep this. And so, as long as you're showing superheroes and they're revealing shots with their costumes, make it a 5-hour film. I could have had just 5 hours of just them jumping out of portals, letting us see their costumes. I would have been fine with that.
Okay. You can watch in slow-mo Blu-ray. There you go.
You send me the Blu-ray and I'll be doing that.
I know. Joey Pittman says the soundtrack, the portal. Okay, I'll have to listen to the soundtrack now. Now you got me on it. Okay, I'll be listening to that soundtrack next. But I do want to see it again. So, okay, it sounds like, honestly, you're like bringing up a lot of gripes. Is there anything you really, really liked about
I
the
hated
film?
it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, because you like came out of the theater, you were like, this was great.
Oh no, this was amazing.
Okay.
Because who's the composer?
Alan Silvestri, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't want to just keep on saying the same thing that everyone else is saying, that it was awesome, it was very satisfying. We've heard that a million times. So I'm just trying to go off on different avenues about things that really I haven't seen a million times popping up on social media and reviews.
But you're sounding like you don't like it. So what do you like about it? Tell us.
I love the fact that major spoiler coming up, and the first 6 minutes, Thanos is killed.
Thor comes out, bam! What I should have done back in Infinity War. Yeah.
And it was right in the. See us? What are you seeing?
I don't know.
What are you seeing? Okay, there we go.
Okay.
All right, now.
Hopefully you guys are still there.
Is anyone else buffering?
All right.
All right, is everyone back with us?
We'll see.
Something weird
There's a
just
delay. There's a delay, so hopefully people will be back. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
All right, now the thing I loved most about this movie, and I love this so much. Probably the best scene of any of the MCU films is when they go back to each one of their standalone films, the Avengers, to meet the characters.
Okay.
Looking for the Soul Stones, the Infinity Stones, and they're going back to everyone's standalone film.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so. I was rolling in my seats.
That was so cool.
That was fantastic. And some of the shots look like they were from the original film, and then they had reshot some of this stuff. I thought that was brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Well, they went back to the Avengers as well, for that film, The Battle of New York. Let's see.
Yeah.
And I loved Hulk loving stairs.
Stars.
Oh, what? What does that mean? It said stairs, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it went into such great detail, but not a gripe. But when they went back to visit Peter Quill and he's dancing, you could tell that it was reshot. Oh. Because he didn't have the same energy that he did in Guardians of the Galaxy 5 years ago.
Yeah. Oh.
But I loved it. Now when I watch that Guardians of the Galaxy, I know right behind that rock you have all these different characters.
Yeah. I mean Nebula, not Gamora. But yeah.
And Tony Stark.
Also, shout out to Nebula. She had a great role in this film. Like, she kind of gets shoved to the side because Gamora's her sister, and she even gets shoved to the side in the films as well as by her dad. Oh! Okay.
They wouldn't let him on the elevator.
So Jason's talking about Hulk not letting him on the elevator. Yeah. There was that awesome elevator scene, too. With Captain America.
Yeah, but it was funny going back to the Hulk thing. Like this person was just talking over that. Justin, they wouldn't let a Hulk. All the Avengers and characters jumped in the elevator, and then here's David Banner trying to wiggle himself in there.
Like,
but then the alarm was going off, the capacity overload. Hulk, you gotta take the stairs.
And he messed things up. By the way, which messed up them trying to get the Tesseract, right?
Yes.
Our heroes.
Yes.
And then Loki gets it.
Yeah. Well,
so what's gonna happen with Loki now?
Well, they got it in the down in the lobby. They got it, but then Hulk opens the door and it goes flying over to Loki.
Yeah.
So the plan didn't go as well as conceived.
Loki has like the Tesseract.
Yeah, but then you cut back upstairs to Steve Rogers getting in the elevator from Winter Soldier, and he's like, "Oh, I know where this is going."
Yeah, because you got all the bad guys,
all the Hydra
people, but
and
now he knows.
That
they're bad, that they're all Hydra. So he says, "Yeah, the boss said I'm supposed to take it." And you just think he's gonna wreak havoc on these guys.
And another great moment that I was thinking, how's he gonna get out of this? And leans over and says, "Hail Hydra." There you go, Cappy. There you are.
Yeah. Okay, Christopher Marino makes a great point that Loki, he's got the Tesseract, right? Mm-hmm. And he thinks that's a setup for the Disney Plus show, which it would be awesome. And I bet they do that because Marvel is just so interconnected. It's amazing.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So, did you come out of this movie thinking that you were jealous again of
big time?
Of Marvel?
Yeah. Because here's the end game, and now in 8 months we have the Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, Come on, guys.
Are you as excited?
The bar has been set
I know.
with Marvel.
They really,
Come on.
really has.
Come on. You see how it can and should be done. Let's get back to that.
Now everyone here is talking about Disney Plus. I am so excited for Disney Plus. Not only for the new series, but also, well, Captain Marvel's going to be on it from day one, but also some of the older movies that are going to be on there.
Oh, we just said someone just said
Okay.
that. Who was that? Charles Z?
Tesseract can't time travel. Oh, and it's supposed to be a show
on
his influence on history. Ooh, for Loki. Interesting. Okay. Well, that sounds good.
Oh yeah, a young
read up on that.
Loki. Now, I forget where we were in the conversation, but do we want to see more new standalone films pre-Endgame? I think we're done with that. 3 hours 15 minutes. And then I could watch.
What? Is Peggy Carter getting another show? Did I miss this?
I think that was speculation.
Okay, like if that was a real announcement, I wouldn't have missed that. That would have been all over the place.
Yeah. But now, do we want to see more standalone movies any movies pre-Endgame? I think we've done as much as we can there.
I think so, and I think the Spider-Man, Far From Home, I think that will be after Endgame, because they kind of set that up. There's a scene at the end of Endgame where he goes back to school and sees his friends. So I'm assuming that it's going to pick up from there. Spider-Man Far From Home will pick up from that scene.
A line in the movie, I forget what it is, but he makes a reference to Peter Parker makes a reference to Tony Stark and missing him. Mm-hmm. So now that we've seen Endgame, it's like, oh, okay, that missing him could either, before Endgame, it's like, well, I haven't seen Tony in a long time.
Yeah.
But now it could mean that, Endgame has been a while ago, so he misses him being around.
Okay. Time to move on, says John. Is Tony dead in Far From Home? So I would assume he is. And that's why we see Happy. We don't see Tony Stark. Okay. Hold on. Let me see some of your other comments here. It's an animated... What if Peggy got the super serum and not Steve Rogers? Okay, but they set up that Steve Rogers gives Falcon the shield, and now Falcon will be the new Captain America. So, and I know someone else here was saying that they're worried that Endgame is Marvel's swan song, and honestly, I don't think so.
Wait a minute. It's Marvel's swan song?
Like, probably the last best movie. I mean, it would be hard to top.
Well, that's the thing.
Definitely hard to top.
You shouldn't have to top this. This was the end game. You have how many? You have 22 films, all gearing to this one movie. So there's no way you're gonna ever top this. And I don't think they should ever top it. Just like Ant-Man didn't try to top anything else. Just like Captain Marvel didn't try to top anything else. It was its own movie with its own theme and its own tone.
Right. I
don't think it should ever try to. If you try to top Endgame, that's going to be a disaster waiting to happen.
Now, what I think they can do
unless you have Marvel and DC.
Yeah. What I think they can do is start up a new, however many series of movies leading up to another Endgame. And of course, it'll be called something else.
It'll be called Secret Wars.
Oh.
Which was a comic book series in the 1980s.
Ooh.
You had the Endgame, the Infinity War.
Okay.
And then you had the Secret Wars.
Wow.
So okay, I think they're gonna be building up to that next.
Okay.
Because the Avengers, it started off with just being the core little group of heroes, and it just kept on expanding, just like in the movies, expanding until it's like 100-person thick.
Bryce mentions X-Men versus Avengers,
there you go.
And that is absolutely possible.
As Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes. Yes.
So much. And then they're saying it's a perfect send off to the original 6, says Charles. Yeah. Next phase will be Doom Galactus. Galactus. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
He's like a Thanos.
Okay. Well, I would figure you need a big bad.
Yeah. He eats worlds.
Yeah.
Now, Falcon and Bucky. Do we want to see Falcon be the new Captain America? He's his own hero, though. Why not just stick with...
Maybe he's a Captain America who can fly.
You're one or the other. Don't convolute it.
But I think that's cool. I think that's a really cool step. And I think didn't someone give a woman, Iron Man.
Thor became a woman.
That's right. Thor.
Well, he didn't become a woman. He passed,
he passed his hammer on to
Thora.
Valkyrie. But yeah. So I think it's cool that they're kind of like switching it up.
Yeah, he did become Captain America in the comics. Falcon.
Oh, okay.
But I want to see Falcon just being Falcon. He's his own great superhero.
But we saw him do that, like in Winter Soldier.
Yes, so why not let him be the Falcon? Why does he need it?
Better. Or it's a bigger title. It's a.
Yeah. Then it feels like Falcon is like a stepping stone.
Okay.
Bye there, MC.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's hard to see some of these names.
By the way, you guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye, Olin.
So, okay. Well, I don't want to share too much because we are going to do our major review with
Steve Houston from Torpedo Comics. This guy knows everything about everything in comics. Mm-hmm. So, good. Okay. Oh, he's staying. Okay, good. Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be recording the big, giant review recap episode. More of a recap than a review. Okay. I know reviews, you don't like me to review it because I don't like to have to be positive on everything, and some people just kind of whitewash everything they review. It's great, it's fantastic. Well, if you keep saying that, then why are we even going to listen to you? Because we know what the end game of your review is going to be. It's going to be awesome. And, if you start picking things apart like we were just doing, you get into fun conversations.
Very true.
How about this one here? When Thor got Mjolnir. Yeah. When he got him in the film, the audience erupted with cheers. And I understood the moment that in Age of Ultron he was the only one to budget after everyone else couldn't, and of course Captain America
you're talking about Captain America
is worthy, yes, of getting the hammer.
Okay.
So he's worthy of getting the hammer, and in the film it flies to him like Rey's lightsaber to Rey.
Right.
And he catches it, and everyone goes nuts. And I'm thinking, yeah, I understand it. I understand it. But I would like to have seen a little bit more of a build-up.
But the build-up was Age of Ultron.
4 years ago.
Yeah, but I remembered it.
Like I just said, I remembered it too. Someone just...
Mjolnir.
Oh, hold on.
No, Mjolnir, says Charles. I love it. Mjolnir.
I'm going to call it the hammer. It's just going to be called the
Thor's hammer.
Thor's hammer. Yeah, see, Justin Smith said the same thing. Him getting Thor's hammer confused him too. Now, it wasn't confusing as to why he had the hammer, but
how it came so readily.
Yeah. I like to have seen it maybe bounce off some trees, maybe bounce off Thanos' head, and just trying to find its way. It's like I'm not really sure.
Or like Rey's lightsaber, where it kind of moved a little bit and then
had a little bit of an editorial moment.
Would that have satisfied you?
Yeah. Or if it had just
take it up with the Russo brothers.
Get him on the phone. If it had been building up, he was definitely worthy. If anyone's gonna be worthy, it's Steve Rogers. Mm-hmm. Had they called back to it in Infinity War, just so it's not just point A to point B, but I want to see more of a build-up, so bam, he has it.
Oh, now Justin brings up a point. Was it because he had the Infinity Stones that he became worthy? I don't think so. I just think Captain America's worthy on his own, and like Mrs. Reb W says, Cap is awesome.
Yeah.
Which he is.
Yeah. And once again, if anyone is a human Boy Scout, it's going to be Steve Rogers.
Okay, now this is a point. Bruce mentioned, or Olin said he commanded electricity. Which, that is interesting, because remember, like, Captain America had the hammer, and then he actually did the whole thing that Thor does, which is call the lightning to it.
Right.
And so I guess that's the hammer doing that, and not necessarily Thor and the hammer doing that. But yeah, that was interesting that Captain America was able to do that.
Not until I read it on the internet. Read what?
I think we'll ask Steve about that. Cap wields Mjolnir. Other than Thor, was Beta Ray Bill? Huh?
Does lightning come from the man or the hammer?
That is the question. That's what we should ask Steve.
Okay.
Let's ask that question. Okay. We'll ask him tomorrow.
But if you're worthy of the hammer, you have the same power of Thor.
I don't know, but all I know is I want Captain America wielding Thor's power in my Disney Infinity game.
But it was great. Okay, so moving past that because that's one of those sticking moments.
That's like chicken or the egg question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But seeing Thor have the hammer and the Stormbreaker, it's like you're not getting past that.
That was amazing.
Okay, Thanos, give me all you got because you ain't getting past this.
You mean seeing Thor? You mean seeing Captain America have his shield and the hammer?
No, Thor didn't Thor have the hammer and Stormbreaker?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Probably. Oh my gosh, there's so much that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but another's I think Mrs. Reb W just brought this up. That the cheeseburger.
Oh, John did. John. Okay,
John. Oh, hey, John. John's with us. Now, did everyone get that the first time?
I did not.
I remembered that just because we were just watching Iron Man today. And I told Sarah, this scene really bugs me.
Okay, so explain what happens.
So Iron Man Tony Stark is saved at the beginning in Iron Man. Mm-hmm. He's being brought to the press conference and tells Happy, we gotta stop for a cheeseburger. Okay, we're setting up the cheeseburger.
Yes.
Tony gets to the press conference, tells everyone to sit down while he has his cheeseburger. I'm just thinking here, Tony, why didn't you have this cheeseburger on the way to the press conference? Now it's in your pocket.
In the car. You weren't driving.
Yeah, you've been dreaming about this cheeseburger all through captivity, however long that was. I would have just inhaled it. Would have gone right down my esophagus without even touching the sides.
So this has been bugging you since 2008?
Yes. Why did he wait?
John says it was multiple cheeseburgers.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yeah, because when he got out of the limo, he did have a wrapper.
Yes.
And then Happy handed him another one.
Oh, well, there you go. So he did already have one, and he was having a second one.
Right.
But the point is, you get to Endgame.
Yes. And
Tony,
Morgan.
Yes.
Morgan, Tony Stark's child, said to Happy, I want a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And I think I teared up a little bit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was crying at the end of this film like nonstop. And like Kevin Smith says, bring a freaking towel.
Bring a beach towel.
Bring a beach towel. Oh my god. But yeah, so Tony is gone. And yeah, it made me cry. And so his story is being wrapped up, obviously. And what I love, when he got to visit his dad in 1970, Tony Stark, his dad said, I hope my son doesn't turn out like me, basically selfish. And Tony turned out the opposite of that. Like,
when Tony met Howard?
Yeah, when Tony met Howard. And Tony, he saved the world. He saved everyone, and he gave his life. So
Burger King had Paramount tie-ins.
It's amazing. So I thought that was so cool. And what a great, if anything, the Russo brothers are really good at putting these character moments that then pay off in big scenes or big fight scenes. Like, everything pays off.
Everything fit like the most finely tuned puzzle.
It absolutely did.
And bringing back John Slattery once again was brilliant.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought he sees Tony. Howard sees Tony in this very high security floor in this building. He says, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah.
All right, I'm heading out. You want to go with me? Howard is the brains behind everything. You'd think he would want to say, who are you and why are you here?
Yeah. Oh.
But still, it was cool. a great moment.
Yeah.
Tony got a lot of questions answered about his dad. Mm-hmm. And
they got to talk to his... Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. Our
phone got too hot.
Our phone got too hot. Whoops.
That was new.
That was weird. I don't know, I got so excited. Google Famous, yeah. Sorry, guys. Okay, well, we're back. Invasion, says Bryce.
It's Hydra.
It is. Let's try to put this back, I think. Sorry.
Hydra or DC?
Yeah. Let's try to put you back on the thing. It got too hot. There we go.
Yay, says Christopher.
All right, hold on. Let's turn this off. And let's turn this back on. Yay. There we go. Okay. Woo! Woo!
All right. Oh, good. They're all back. Yay!
Yay! Sorry.
Yeah. For those of you just tuning back in, the phone got a little too hot and shut itself down.
So it might do that again, but oh my gosh. Not DC.
DC
took over! No. Well, we should actually start wrapping this up, I think, a little bit, because we will be chatting about this, and our next episode of Skywalking Through Neverland that's coming out on YouTube and on our podcast will be a very in-depth detail of Endgame, because we also went to the press conference and we saw all the stars, and it was moderated by Jean Favreau. Jean Favreau. By Jon Favreau.
Who?
I don't know why I said that. I think because his name is spelled with no H. So,
okay.
I don't know. Anyway, but by the way, thank you guys for tuning in live. And also, if you want to be notified of when our new videos come out or anything, make sure that you subscribe to us. And then once you hit the subscribe button, there's a little bell button, an alarm button. So make sure to press that bell, and that means you'll be notified when any of the videos come out.
And we'll be having a lot more videos coming out.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Aww.
John asks, how early did we see it? We only saw it 3 days ahead of time.
Yeah.
They were so worried that someone was going to spoil it, and people did spoil it. There's one guy who came out of the theater, I forgot where this was, and announces to everyone, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, you've been warned. Comes out and says, Tony Stark dies. The crowd jumped him, beating the heck out of him.
Wait, when did this happen?
This over the weekend.
At some
screening, some guy came out, thought he was funny, and said Tony Stark dies.
What the heck?
And he was beaten to a pulp.
Yikes.
This was going to end. It was a sports guy. Oh, I thought Steve Rogers would have died, not Tony Stark. Are you out of your mind?
Oh.
Why did you say that?
Wow. Beat him with a shield. Oh. Well, we don't condone beating of any kind, but I guess it happened in China.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Watch out. Not Florida, but China.
He was being a Homer Simpson. Wow, I
yes.
can't believe Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's dad.
So bad.
Wow. Best spoiler joke ever.
I know. Well, yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in, and they said we should do more live chats. We hope to do this, like, weekly, I think. This is fun.
Oh, someone...
Oh, you were told that Han Solo died. Oh, we're sorry, Jason. Yeah. I know, you really got to take precautions now in this world of spoilers and stuff.
The new nostalgia that we're on is out now, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, did you hear it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, if you want to hear us on Moustalgia talking about Star Wars Celebration, we were there.
Yeah.
That's okay, John. You guys really like these live streams we had.
So we'll be doing more of these. We thought maybe a Friday or Saturday night we could do a late show. Yeah,
just something fun to chill out and not record, just to have live streams with you guys. So I love it.
So more to come, everybody.
Yeah. All right.
If you have any conversations you want us to start up, let us know.
Yeah, and follow us on social media. We are at Skywalking Pod. And someone was asking about Moustalgia, which is a podcast. So if you go on a podcast app, or if you just search Moustalgia, it's Mouse Talgia, and you'll see that.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone just said get a better device. Well, we tried to do this on the computer for some reason. It wouldn't go live, so we had to do it on our phone at the very last second.
Yeah. All right. Think of a theme for the next one. Yeah, you guys. Okay.
Open for themes.
Actually, in the comments, why don't you say themes? Like, what themes would you like us to talk about? And we'll have half an hour chats, and I think that would be really fun.
Christopher was asking, did we get Media Day for Galaxy's Edge?
No, we're trying.
Yeah. So many more to come. So once again, we want to make sure that everyone is included in conversation. So once again, please let us know, because you're as much as part of this as we are.
Yeah. All right.
So thanks, everyone.
And always remember,
Neverland on Titan.
Yes.
Then you're gonna run into Thanos.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.